make sure you see it. Okay, good. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so the question is...
She got a question in the chat. Let's see what they've got for us.
How many people have a 7 to 8 foot wall that's not to the ceiling for the IST room? He wants to have things more open and not have the walls to the ceiling.
Okay. All right. So here's the survey question. If we're going to have roller tables, we have options. On one end of the scale, okay, I walked into offices where you walk in the front door, here's the front desk, and if my arm swung, I'd smack the lady's arm who's laying on a roller table. It's right there, wide out in the open, like right there. There's that, which is highly not recommended. But when there's no space, just is what it is. All the way to the official recommendation where you want the darkest, quietest room that you can. You want to have a place where it's dark and it's quiet and you can have that little escape for the person. That is what you're out. It's not about the roller table. Who cares about the roller table? It's about getting them in quiet and calm and the meow, meow, meow. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh, this, it's that the mechanics aren't what it's about. In fact, even the chiropractic you're doing is just it's whatever you're doing with your hands so you can work the person with your mind and with your words. Get that? All right? It's kind of like, it isn't, if you're going to do a social media ad, it isn't about your words. The words are just the thing you have to deal with so you can win people with your image and your eye contact and your gestures and your posture. The words are just the image delivery mechanism. You get the idea? Anyway, so back to the roller table rooms. If you can have private rooms, of course that's what you want. It doesn't matter what you want. I want it more open. Well, who cares about you? Okay? You don't want it more open. If you're driving and you've got 3 kids at home and you just came from work and you got this little break before it all breaks loose again, you want to go into this cool, quiet room with no light like that over your head. Oh, I got a blast. You know how I get those out of there? I get the leaf blower. Woo! Okay? Usually I can get them all. Okay? All right? You don't want that. There should be a little lamp over here if it's done perfectly, right? And it's that experience. We want to create an experience that nobody else has so that they want it. Remember now, and good to see you, Dan. Now, think about this for a second. It's from that great book called Moments, where it's the tiniest moment in the sequence in your office that makes them want to come back. It may be when Molly just touches them for the first time. They're down and her hands touch and whatever little, that's it right there. I'm coming back for that. Everything else is just okay, but that's the thing right there, okay? When I go to say one of my guys, that's the thing right there. Everything else is a formality. It's that, okay? Now in your office, we want to have it be many things. It's the touch, it's the cool roller table, it's the tone, it's the way the place smells, it's the way the place, it's all of it. So we have plus, 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 plus. So there's like no way that they could ever want to leave your office. That's what we're shooting for here, okay? So the more private everything is, the more exclusive it is, and the more you will collect per visit. The more open it is, the less exclusive it is, and without any question across the board, the less you will end up collecting per visit. It's just people know, the society understands, and it's a code written into the public, okay, of what they'll pay more for and what they'll pay less for. And they know exclusivity and all of that is worth more, and more in the open and more whatever group isn't going to be more. So if you can have it be private, yes. Otherwise, you go 8 foot. Why? Because sheets of drywall are 4 feet by 8. So you got 2 sheets of drywall, studs are 8 feet. You go with the 8 foot wall because it's the easiest to build because everything's already made to build 8 foot structure, okay? And if you have to because you have no room, yes, you can go with the cubicle walls, but that's a topic for another day. But get a hold of me and we can take a look at things specifically, okay? But the more private, the better generally. Talk about anything. Yeah.
So I'll try to do without the backstory, but just identifying kind of glass ceilings because you're doing repetitive actions and you're noticing that at certain times they're very successful and other times I'm like, this isn't working. And then like literally this week, it was just like, this is just a weird week. And then yesterday was just like cranking. and everything between us and our team was the same, and there's ebbs and flows. But when those seasons are getting longer, what I'm starting to wonder is there internal things that I'm just unaware of that I can't see, kind of glass ceiling wise, that are holding me back, and how to identify and reprogram them.
Holding you back from what?
Just
from what?
Growing to the next
Growing to
level.
what? What's the next level? What do you think the next level is for you?
So we're consistently near breaking out.
Okay, that's not your next level. That's you trying to impose what you want on everybody else around you for we. But if you talk about, but your job is to focus on your next level, and everybody else's job is to focus on their next level. And by the way, if they're not as intense on their next level as you are with your next level, there is no our next level, because that's the practice that you have. Okay, so now let's go back to you. What's your next level? You want what?
So I want to be in 60, 70K land every month by
okay.
It's automatic.
Yes.
So then I can start to push the
yes.
like solo.
Yes.
Pages.
Yes, exactly. Okay. All right. So then you have to sit there and go, how do I do that? Darby sits there and goes, how do I break 60 or 70 every month? Ghost riding. We want to ghost ride at that level. My whole goal in Winter's Edgeline is to get you to just show up and do your thing and leave and ghost ride at a high level. I want to get rid of ghost riding above 100. And by the way, you have to realize that 100 is nothing. That's like a starting point. That's like becoming a black belt. And then you can start to get good. Okay. And then 125, 150, and 200. You know what it feels like to collect like 220 in a month with like 4 staff, maybe 5. Okay. Just think about that. Okay. So 100 is like, yeah, 100. Okay. So don't ever think that 100 means anything. It's no different than 43 or 73 or 23 or 93. It's just another number, and you just want to go and go and go and go and go. Okay, that's we don't want to have landmarks get us stuck and get us to start to think we're awesome, because then of course you flatline immediately. Now back to Darby. So the analysis has to occur. What do I need to do to collect 60 or 70 every single month? And that's what you have to figure out. Okay? Well, Tory, what do I do? I don't know. I'm not there. I don't follow you every day. I don't know what the exam is. I don't know if you're gowning people. I don't know how convincing it is. I don't really know what your average care plan price is. Okay? I need data. Okay? But for me, it is ridiculously easy to figure out if I just get some data. All right? Okay? But also we have to think about this. Okay, watch this. All right, time to roll up the sleeves. Thought we were gonna have a relaxing time here today. Hold on, where's my handles at? There they are. Come to daddy. I just wait for this thing to bust off the wall. Like I've told everybody, they don't make a bracket big enough for this thing. Now this thing is not like a TV. This thing weighs a ton. Because remember, it's a computer that's on the wall. It's like a laptop on the wall. And I makeshifted this bracket. Risked my life every time I get underneath it. Let's observe something here for everybody here that wants to go. Good to see you, Kyle. Okay, we got all kinds of chairs back there if anybody wants to be coming in. And by the way, the coolest thing just happened here. Even though this might be the last workshop like this we do here, because we'll probably start doing them in the hotel just for sheer convenience and awesomeness, you know what I mean? But this great jiu-jitsu place just opened up next door. You have no idea how excited I am about that. Good to see you, Anna. Anna, did you sign in?
No.
Katie, maybe just come out here and just take a picture like this, okay, if you're worried about it, all right? Good to see you, Brooke. There's a bunch of chairs in the back, and there's some chairs by there if we need to. All right, check this out, though. Going back to Darby here. Everybody has certain capacity. Oh, come on now. Don't leave me hanging. So we're talking about what is the capacity limit. Okay, I'm not happy with that at all. Let's just start that over again. Tell you what, we've just been blowing up everything. Everything we do, we've just been going so hard and so fast that everything is breaking. Testing the equipment. So let's take a look at this now. We know we have 3 biggies. We're going to have the actual space that we have available and the equipment that we have available. And that's going to allow us to see a certain number of people. Molly, would you say that your space and equipment has increased your capacity, your ability to see more people? Yes. Not only in sheer space and capacity, but also just in you have a bigger fish tank. So you move around and it's like, you can have quite a few people in there and the place will feel kind of empty. And it's like, wow, that's capacity. That's putting 10 fish into a tank that's much, much bigger. So Darby, Ashley, and their team and everybody have to consider space and equipment. Now, by the way, what does Darby require for space and equipment if he wants to collect 60 to 70? Okay, there's what's required. We have to meet their requirements. Now notice, there is, as far as space and equipment, this is what's available, okay? That's what's available, all right? There's a certain amount of space and a certain amount of equipment, and that's what's available for the entire operation for he and Ashley, okay? So it will always be this or that, and then the next month it might be this, or it might, you know what I mean? It's always good because there's the limit to what the space and the equipment can handle for the people that are in there. So we also have to look at in the multi-doctor office, which I could do like, I don't know, a 1-year course on that, about maximizing the capacity, all right? So really, if we look at this, watch this. Watch how easy this is. Okay, how many roller tables do you guys have again? 5. So we're already missing one of those. So we're already 1, okay, whatever the percentage is. We're already, our capacity is already dropped by 20%, okay? All right, because we have 5 instead of 6. Okay, what do we have for, say, decompression tables? 3, of which we need 6. So we only have 50% of what's possible with that. Okay, and you could even have 8. All right, and then each of you, okay, could use a 3-room corridor, which is 6 rooms. But how many rooms do you guys have for that purpose? You have 1 X-ray room, and then you guys each have a command center for 3, and then what else? So you have 4, okay? So we have 4 out of 6, okay? 5 out of 6, all right? But we have to share an X-ray machine. In all of our new designs, there's no sharing X-ray machine. There's 2 X-ray machines in all multi-doctor offices, flat out, period. For 35 or 38,000 bucks, who cares? Stick another machine in there, okay? Okay, you have to, all right? No compromise, all right? So we see here, we're going to have some capacity, the total capacity for the operation, and then within that, we have 2 doctors that want to maximize that capacity, okay? And what happens here, there is what that is, and you start to run up against it like this, okay? We just want to be rolling here like this as much as possible and not hanging out down here like so, all right? But there is one thing that's sure. If you go like a year, okay, and things are kind of like this, then you know you've reached the ceiling of what's capable with what's happening inside the place. That's what you get. And everybody reaches that. Some people reach that in 3 months, okay? Barley, are you maxed out? Where are you at? Yeah, you're maxed out, period. 400 or 500 visits a week, that's it. It isn't about volume. Now it's just a matter of collection per visit. That's all it is for you, and your collection per visit can grow by $20 per visit, and I'm proposing, like when we talk tomorrow, like 50 a visit. Okay, we're heading into a new era. Let me just tell you people right now, I am the bearer of good news, okay? And tomorrow is just nothing but good news coming your way, okay? So this is exciting. So those assessments have to be made. And only the chiropractor who's in there can really look at it unless somebody comes out with this specific purpose in mind. But this is clear. You have that, and then team, watch this. If we have 2 doctors, you need 6 CAs full time for the peak demand times of the day. You could easily have 8, right? Easy have 8. Because you want to walk in, and I want 2 people taking 2 people back at the same time, okay? 2 people walk in, Danielle and Christina walk up and go, boom, come on back with us. And poof, they go on 2 tables simultaneously. So that means they got 4 of those, and they got 3 people behind the front desk. That's 7. And then of course, Ashley walks up with the care plan, Darby walks up with the care plan, the phone rings, somebody walks in, and you need somebody else. Get the idea? So we see here, watch this, and we'll move on, because this is a specific sort of a question, but everybody's going to run up against the capacity limit, and then we want to see if we can push through that. But again, you're trying to push through it. There's the volume component of it, okay? And then there's the collection component of it. 2 completely separate things that have to be worked on independently, okay? This is a separate project than this, all right? And really, it's like Sid Williams says, get to 500 visits a week, and then I'll show you how to make money. In other words, be able to see some volume, and once you can get some people coming in that like you, well, then we can start to work on the fees and bring the fees up to match your demand. Okay, fine. All right. So watch this very quickly, and then we'll move on. We're going to build a new 2DC office. Now, here's the thing. We're limited to what's available for space. Tory, do you think I should find a place that's like 1,500, 1,800? You pick from what you can pick from. Molly, how many places did you have to pick from?
Honestly, a few.
A few.
8 or 9.
She had quite a few in her area. Cliff and Christie, 0 for years, nothing on the horizon. There's no place to go, none. Because why? Developed, it's back east, settled first in the country. There's no lots laying around for people to build buildings. Those were handled 50 years ago. You get the idea? Okay, versus if you go to Nebraska and you could build a 4,000 square foot place anywhere, right? All right. But just to understand here for perfection, all right? And Darby and Ashley had a wonderful office, okay, that they started in to get up to speed, and then they moved across the hall to a place that's great, okay? All right. Now, is it the ultimate? No, it's way better than it was, but is it perfect for the 2-doctor thing? No, but it's pretty close, okay? But really for 2 DCs that are working full time, okay, it's going to have 2 x-ray machines. There's going to be 6 roller tables. There'll be at least 6, if not room for 8 of those. And we'll have like 4 extra rooms available for other stuff down the road, okay? There'll be a front desk with 4 full-on computer workstations just like that. There'll be at least 4 lines on the phones. There'll be another couple workstations for other CAs here. It's just everything for the $100,000 office multiplied times 2, okay? Not the $80,000 office multiplied times, okay, 1.1. Get the idea? So they have a well-trained, high-performance team, but you will go and you'll end up leveling out at a certain volume, and that's what it will be, and that's where it will be, okay? And then we have to make changes from there for collections, or, okay, you look at another space, which I don't really think you want to do, okay? You just want to max out what you have, okay? Now, see, for people, it's like, is it smart for me to think I'm going to start practicing, I'm just going to do this? No, that's stupid. That's how stupid people think. It's going to do this. It's going to go like this. That's what it's going to do. And by the way, it will take a 100% effort to keep you in this zone right there. In fact, this will be harder to do than this ever was, because repeat performance is more difficult. That's kind of what they're describing. Okay, they've been able to get up over 100. Well, how do you go back and do that again? It's hard to win the championship again. Okay, win the national title. Let's do it again next year. Yeah. Or how about let's win the Olympic gold medal again 4 years from now? Who can do that? All right. Well, we have to give everything we can to do that. All right. Okay. So if we go back to Darby, just state your question again. Well, now listen to this question and tell me if there's an answer to it. Okay, ready, go.
So I've had periods of higher sustained volume and collection.
Sustained for what? 2 or 3 months?
6 months.
Okay, that's not sustained. Sustained is like 7 years or 6
like
years.
6 months, I dropped Fridays in the middle of last year,
Yep.
and then I was able to hold over 300 that whole time.
Okay,
after
good.
Drop Friday. We come back this year, and I'm like fighting to touch 300 in like mid 250s.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot going on in our office, but
But nothing.
See
that he just said right. There's been a lot going on in our office, but nothing. What you have to realize, think about this now, all right? Yeah, the kids want to come in here. The kids want to come in here for the very rusty blue belt beat down. But that's okay, they're 12. I got a chance at least, right? Okay. But notice what he's describing here, and that's why it's valuable for everybody, then we'll move on, is you'll notice as you cruise along how the tiniest thing will have big effects in your office. It'll seem like it's this little thing in your life, but it's not, because of it occupies the mind and it will affect the practice. Okay? There's nothing little. They're all big things that affect, and by the way, they have bigger effects than we think. It's kind of like if you're going 100, see, if I'm going 20 miles an hour in a boat and I turn the wheel, it's no big deal. But if I'm going 100 and I turn the tiniest bit, it is a big, big deal, and you might go flying. That's what he's talking about. They're going at a high speed, and little things like this have big changes. You're becoming more and more aware of that. But he wants to control it, okay? You do the best you can. Another thing that's happening here, too, is you have to be careful of is this, okay? So what? Who cares? Supposed to break records every month? Who cares? I'll tell you right now what's happening for many of you in the group right now. And I already know this. Okay, you had a big record year, set a bunch of goals that were outlandish and stupid, and we got those all fixed. But what's happening with the Campbells and many other people is this, without any doubt, is a reset year. Period. That's what it is. It has to be. Okay? Okay, was last year a record year? It was. What are the chances of having a record year this year, besides about 0? Okay? Okay? It's a reset year. It's a reset year for me. I've used this year completely as a reset. All new website, all this stuff that's being done, all this retooling and figuring out how to interface with society, right? Compared to just do 5 seminars a year and that's it, and have some phone calls like it was done 20 years ago. I'm resetting right now, and I'm taking a year to do it. And then I'm resetting, and then I'm putting together like the 2024 success pack, and then 2024 is going to be monstrous, okay? And which means it's going to be monstrous for you. Because if my mind goes like that, then your mind will go like that too. It sounds harsh to think this, okay? But if I go from here and the next year I'm the same person, the chances of you growing are pretty low. It'll sound wild, but if you're in the Winner's Edge group, that means I create this sort of container, and as I expand, everybody in the group will expand into that new thing. Get the idea? And I'm expanding massive. I've already done it. The work is already done. It's all been done. Now it's just fine tuning and finish and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so it's a reset year. So it's either a record year or a reset year. And if you can get a couple, 2 or 3 record years in a row, you did something amazing. Okay? So there's a reset, breath, family things, all right? Okay, and then we come back. So we just have to realize, so what? I've never thought what you thought ever. It's never crossed my mind. It's hard for me to talk about it because it's just so stupid. Okay? It's just, I never think like that. I never think anything is bad. I never think anything is down. I never think anything is a problem. I never have any of that thought ever. And see, your thinking is the problem. Do you see that now? How he's thinking about this is actually the problem itself. He's seeing something like it's a problem. When you just want to see stuff and not, watch this now, this is high level for high performance, right? Okay. Okay, it just is, all right? And if he looks over here and thinks that like something is wrong, okay, well then he puts himself in that sort of vibrational state versus it just is, okay? And then, oh, with the numbers, if you have a good couple months, what now? You're all of a sudden you're happy. Now you're over here and everything's okay again. Okay, it just is. It doesn't matter. The numbers are what they are. I will tell you right now, I have not looked at one of my stat sheets in about 7 months. They're all just sitting in there. They're not even clicked in the 3-ring binder. Haven't even looked at them. Haven't looked at them at all. She finishes the sheet. She throws it on my desk. I put it in the binder. I give her the new sheet. Haven't even looked at it. Haven't even written it in on the yearly thing. But many of you were like, you know, what difference does it make? What am I going to do? Go back and change July? I know what I'm doing is right. I'm on the right track. I'm on top of my game. Okay, whatever the numbers are what they are and what's required for me to do what I'm out to do. Sometime in the next month or two, I'll get it all, whatever, and I'll wrap up the rest of this year and I'll do all of my stuff for the big 2024. One of my points is for someone like Darby is just be cool. It just is. It's all good. Okay? You can, if you ever think that you have like there's some sort of a problem, you just created a problem by thinking that. Otherwise, it's just this. You're looking at the information and you're trying to do a perfect job to deliver the goods every single day. Some years will be this, some years will be that. So what? You got decades to go. You might as well just relax, right? It's kind of like Kyle's on a big run. Kyle, what's a typical run for you? How many miles? 10 miles, right? What's the longest you've ever ran at one time? 50. He's ran 50 miles, okay? Okay, and you're not gauging it by every mile. Oh, that mile, it's just whatever it is, and it just is whatever it is, right? Kind of get what I'm saying? You zone out for the 50 miles, right? And when you get to the end, you see what the time is, right? That's the principle I want to apply here. You're just focused on in the moment, keeping your pace, keeping your footing, keeping your track, your breathing, right? Your route, your footwork, avoiding, because he's doing trail runs many times, right? All of that, you're just focused on what's in front of you and doing a good job, and that's it, right? You're not thinking this is good or this is bad, you're just there. That's the principle we're trying to apply here, and it's hard, but you have to get to where you can do that, okay? It just is, and it's okay, all right? Never, ever, ever is there a problem or anything bad. You can never have any look on your face. You could be rolling up to a dock and going to be smashing into it, and I'll just be looking at it like this, okay? I go boating with Alter. Alter's like, you know, I just go, you're just embarrassing me because you look nervous. You look nervous, you look like you know what you're doing, and I'm standing there and you make me look bad, okay? But every time I go boating with him, as soon as I get on the boat, guess what happens? I get on his boat, and what's the first thing that happens? No, he doesn't let me drive. It's just like, okay? And I'm there trying to see how fast I can get it to go. I'm trimming it up as high as I can. I'm going to get 50 out of this thing if I have to go into the no-wake zone. Okay. All right, but what's my whole point? Just be cool and be steady, and we'll roll, okay? You're doing everything right. Never a doubt. Never a doubt for a second. Them, the team, how they work together as a team, okay? Never a doubt, okay? And it's going to be like this. And there'll be times, yep, I can't explain it. Wow, the numbers are really good. Yeah, sometimes that's the case. Then there'll be times like I can't pay a person to sign up for care. Sometimes that's the case, okay? And sometimes, believe it or not, it's the weather that affects things. Sometimes it's school starting. Sometimes it's this middle of the summer. Sometimes it's school getting out. It's just all kinds of different factors involved. In other words, what I want everybody to do here is realize life is really short. You realize how short it is? It's going fast. You're flipping off the page. You ever wake up in the morning and go, man, that day went fast. Here I am waking up again, and it seemed like it was a blur, okay? So because that's true, there's no time to not just go, okay, every day is good. Every day is cool. I'm going to do a great job, and where the numbers fall, the numbers fall. I'm not going to be overly connected to it as long as I'm delivering the goods and I'm working hard. Okay? But you have to know when you're slacking and when you're not slacking. That's one of the points. Okay? All right, now let's get into this here. Check this out. Interesting topic today. All right? Everybody got their hand out? Oh, okay. Oh, this is such an interesting topic. Check this out. Okay, so in here in our conscious mind, there's all the stuff that we might say. We're thinking off the top of our mind. But who you really are is what's embedded into here. What's all embedded into there? Think about that. Well, your memory. What else is embedded into there? What you're afraid of. Okay? The habits that have been conditioned in. Okay? Right? But even more specific, what you like to eat. Okay, but let's get into some deeper things. Say what? Of course, your beliefs. Things that you know how to do. Like I know how to basically work a cordless drill. You know, those knowingness things, even though no matter how small they are. But notice in here also is how assertive you are and how confident you are in certain situations, right? You could be very confident in certain situations, no confidence in other situations. And of course, this, as we know, is running your life. And so much of this you were just born with or you were programmed. Now, if we talk about assertiveness and confidence, the first thing we have to understand is there's nothing about this that's loud. Okay? Many times the most assertive and confident people are very, very quiet people. Right? Right, Jacoby? Especially in the world of wrestling. They're not saying, but they get their hands on you. It's like, whoa, wow. Assertiveness and confidence delivered physically, right? From a very quiet person. All right, fine. We call being in the state of the calm positive here. So what can we do to have a positive effect on our assertiveness and our confidence? Molly, I'll single you out again here. How assertive do you think you are?
I'm pretty assertive.
Yes. Yes. Okay, and I already know that. That's why I call on Molly. People would agree that Molly's pretty assertive, okay? This is what I recommend. This is what we kind of will do. No, I won't do that. No power, the ability to say no, right? There's a certain team. We're going to require some assertiveness, right? Leadership, we call it, right? All of that. All right, so then Molly, where did that come from?
You know, I'm not sure because I'm really not like that in my real life.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty like laid back, but in practice, it just came out. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, are you mimicking a parent? Are you behaving like somebody else was that you saw? Or is it just, it's just the way I am?
I think I just didn't know what I was doing, so I just had to like.
Right, but a lot of people don't know what they're doing and they fall apart. You know?
Once I figured it out, then I was confident, and then I was able to apply it.
Yes. See, once she started to have some more know-how, she said, hey, man, we have all kinds of chairs if you want more chairs. You want a chair? You okay? All right, you got chairs all over the place. Okay, all right. So it's very interesting here that each one of us in here has a certain level of assertiveness, certain levels of confidence in certain situations, and how it got there, it's just a mystery. I would say for myself, hold on a second here, I didn't see much assertiveness and I didn't see much confidence. Why? Because I grew up with my mom and I grew up with sister number 1 and sister number 2, and then who was left was my grandmother. So I had 4 females, which is not good for a young boy. Because you can't learn how to be a man by being around 4 women. Not possible, right? So we're very fortunate, good people around me and this and that and the other thing, where I've had to learn a lot of these things. I've had to learn a lot of things over time. Who in here has had to learn some assertiveness and confidence more over time because you really don't think you were just born with it, right? Yeah, no doubt about it. Ashley, you're going to say something. And we'll move on.
Can't you sometimes pull confidence or assertiveness from other experiences into
Yes.
your situation?
Yes, and that's exactly what she's one step ahead. In fact, she's about an hour ahead of the topic here. But yeah, but as you have more know-how, you just have to become more confident. In fact, it goes to the point where it can start to undermine your confidence. Check this out. This is probably one of the smartest things I've learned here this year. Let's say a person knows this much. Practice a few years. That's what they know. Now, there's an interesting thing here. On the outer edge here is the awareness of things that can go wrong and some problems and what can happen with people and all that. Okay, so this is what the person knows, and then the outer ring is sort of the edge of awareness of all the different things that can go wrong, to be nervous about. You with me? Then a person over, say, who's really, really good, okay? Years later and all this experience, that's what they know. In fact, in here, this is what they've forgotten that they know. Okay? This person has forgotten more than this person even knows. But watch this. Look at how much there is to worry about that they're aware of and all the things that can go wrong. To the point where it's like, whoa. We'll do a seminar tomorrow, like the 100th one. And Katie and I sit here as nervous and worked up as ever because we're so aware of everything. I've emailed the PowerPoint. We have 2 brand new Macs that are loaded with the PowerPoint. We have 2 flash drives with the PowerPoint. The PowerPoint is in Dropbox. And still, we'll get there tomorrow, and their thing at the AV people will get jacked up, and somehow she'll send me a message saying the PowerPoint doesn't work. Okay? All right? I get a boat in Florida. Oh, let's go out and go for a ride. Now I get a boat in Florida. Okay? It's going to be 3 weeks of doing all of this stuff before I go anywhere in that thing. There, I didn't know anything. Now I know all of the danger that's all over the place. It's really it's a weird blessing of knowledge, but you have all this stuff that you're now aware of, and you've forgotten all the things that many times you have ingrained into your system. All right? So watch this. Who is more confident? Many times this person is, even though they don't really know that much. And that turns into what we simply call arrogance. Okay? And this person over here knows 10 times as much, but they're not quite as confident. They're much more careful and much more sure-footed because they're aware of all the different things that things can mean, all right, with what they're doing. It's an interesting phenomenon, all right? Like say even in the fight world, you can have a new person talking all big, the empty can rattles the loudest, and here you got the veteran that's been fighting for 12 years, and they walk in knowing all the different possibilities that can happen, all right? And if they're smart, they'll be scared a little bit every time to keep themselves sharp. So we know more, we have to be cool, we have to be steady, all right? And that leads me to this, which is another point I want to make, then we're going to move on, is once again this. As you know more and more and more, okay, well, hopefully it doesn't do that. That's the mistake, okay? And you start out and you think you know that much, but this is really what you know, okay? This is a lack of confidence, lack of certainty, could be a lack of belief, all right? But as a person goes along and they start to do okay, then we end up, let's say here, okay? I think I'm here, and this is actually where I'm at. This is the state of perfect performance. I know where I'm at, and I don't think I'm greater than I really am, okay? Actually, you're a little bit better if you think you're a little bit less than you actually are, probably, right? And then what can happen, here's the problem, is this, okay? I think I'm awesome, but actually I'm still that. Then we're in big trouble, and that's when the flatlining occurs. We have to stay like this, and this thing will keep on going like that. We can never think that we're that great, because we have to realize, remember now, the more that you know, the more you realize how much is going on, and the more you realize how much you don't know. We always have to keep that goal. Their very small mind gets arrogant and thinks that they're awesome, okay? Okay, they think, oh, I'm so proud of myself and I'm awesome, and then they end up stuck versus going, I suck, I've got a lot of work to do, I got to focus on my people, I've got to do everything right, perfect day after day after day after day after day. Okay, and that's the name of the game. So again, for you, self-awareness here, all right? As it relates to confidence and as it relates to not getting it to go too far. Now check this out. Let's take a look at our handout here. Now we're not going to read all of this. A lot of this is for you to take, okay? But I want to go over a few of these high points here. Let's just understand our definitions here. Here we are in Zoom land, people. We're going to take a look at this handout very, very quickly here, all right? If we can define things, then we can become more of those things because we know exactly what they are. That's why we love to use definitions so much here, okay? So let's go back to the far right. Kyle, what's the very top bullet there? Assertive is what? Look at the interesting word. Forceful personality. Wow, that is very interesting, isn't it? Okay, okay, go ahead next. Yes, you.
Disposed to or characterized by bold or confident statements and behavior.
Interesting. We're talking about being assertive now. See that? Look at the word bold. Bold or confident statements and behavior. All right? Okay? And look, oh, just chomping at the bit. Okay, by all means, go ahead.
Aggressive, militant, assertive, self-assertive, obtrusively energetic, especially in pursuing particular goals.
Look at the word there. What was the key word in that definition? Obtrusively. Okay? So we can have assertiveness, but it can get to the point where it's too far, right? And then we're getting a little bit over. Now, I'm not going to go through the rest of those. You can take a look at these, okay? But I want you to go to the very bottom bullet there, and that bottom word is assured, okay? So what is assured? Next. That's what we're after. There. Okay, so Darby, certain to be achieved or attained, never a doubt. Things are going to ebb and flow and go up and down. Okay, and we can have spells that are of varying lengths of time, of incredible things and things that are resetting, and that's all perfectly fine as long as your goals are clear and you're doing a great job every day. Okay? All right, then we have confidence. Okay, let's go next.
Feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something firm trust.
Yes, of course, we're talking about ourselves here. Okay, let's do the next one. Go ahead, Steve. All right, you can, yes, you, go ahead.
Okay.
It's so discombobulated, I don't even know where we would go next, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's where I wasn't sure myself.
Yeah.
Feeling sure of yourself and assertive.
Shouldn't have confidence.
Not in an arrogant way, but in a realistic, secure way.
There it is, that's the biggie. Sure of yourself, sure of your abilities, but not getting too far. Got to be cool, but in a realistic and a secure way. Okay? What a great word, secure. Love that. Okay, next.
A feeling of consciousness of one's power or of reliance on one's circumstance.
We're just going right through the bullets here on confidence, okay? All right. Now look what she shares with us. Reliance. I love that word. You rely on yourself? Always. Okay? Reliance. Look, yeah, look at those little bullets. Go ahead, Brooke. I want to make sure we read those.
The little bullets.
Yeah, read the gray ones.
Had perfect confidence in her ability to succeed.
Oh, yes. Can you read the next one also?
Met the risk with brash confidence.
Yes. And that's you right there, isn't it? Okay? Okay, let's do the next couple. Go ahead, Dave.
Faith or belief that one will act in a right, proper, or effective way.
There it is. See, that's what, when I say never doubt, that's what I mean. Whatever's coming up, or whatever it is, I'm sure I'll do the right thing. I'm sure I'll be focused. I'm sure I'll be attentive. I'm sure I'll follow up if follow-up is required. I don't doubt my ability to do the right thing in the moment, and where the numbers fall, and I'm fine with that because I know I did a good job. That's it. Next person. All right? In other words, what I'm kind of getting at here is life is so short, you can never let yourself get down on the energy scale. Here's 200, and no way, no how is anything going to let me get down there, especially myself. Get the idea? All right? Okay? All right? I know I have to voluntarily choose to keep my mind in the right state. Who cares what the numbers are? The numbers are independent. Could someone be up here and have the numbers go down a little bit? Sure. Why? Because they're resetting. But then you just watch what happens. Right? Could the numbers, watch this, could the person be up here? Excuse me, could the person be here and the numbers be up? And the answer is yes. Why? Well, from past momentum. Okay? Notice what happens here in the law of gestation. Okay? Like Darby was indicating, let's say we're cruising along and all of a sudden, oh, I get rid of Fridays. Oh, everything's going just great. Sure, because it takes 6 months to see the effects of it. It takes 6 months to see if you can hold on to the volume, because what happens in 90 days doesn't matter because you have all this momentum that propels you. Just the way it is. Oh man, we had this staff change and everything's really cruising along great. Yeah, well, I'll talk about it in 6 months. See that? The momentum behind the practice. All right. So notice here, the numbers could be down and that could actually be good. Why? Because in the moment right now, I am on point. Or if the numbers are good, okay, oh, that's really, really great. Is it? Is it? Or now you're kind of thinking it'll just sustain itself and my energy falls and my effort falls and my mindset gets jacked up, okay? And then down, you see what I'm saying? It just is. Our goal, the challenge is to try to every single day to keep your head right. That's the challenge. We're talking about wrestling here. We look at Cale Sanderson. I watched a video the other day. He goes 159-0. He goes like 8 years and never loses, right? Never had a bad day. Never sick. Never had the flu and someone just caught him off guard and won? For 8 years? No. Yeah, as a matter of fact, no. He never did have an off day. Arrogant? The complete opposite. Quietest guy. What do you like to do? Standing next to him, he goes, well, I like to draw. I like to draw. He just sounded like this. Oh, I like to draw. Unbelievable. I like to draw, you know? So we got to be cool. Okay, flip the page. Let's go to the next page in Zoom land. Let's go to the next page. We're going to work through this fairly quickly. All right? Look at this great word, certitude. Okay? Let's go with the first bullet there. Go ahead. Certainty of act or event. Certitude. Ooh, great word. Certitude. Who in here has listened to the Pure Affirmations podcast? Very proud of that. I think I got every single syllable perfect in that. the tone, the speed of the words, the juncture and all that. It's something you want to listen to a million times. The phrasing is very, very good, and it's there with no lead in. No, it just starts and it plays perfectly. There's no, we're going to do some affirmation. It's just boom. It's pure affirmations in a very clear form to get some nice repetition. Okay, let's go to control. Who's next? Yes, the power to influence or direct people's behavior or the course of events. And next, let's go to Steve.
To exercise restraint and direction over, dominate.
So control, but we want control over ourselves, okay? And control over our own mind. We have to think the right things at the right time, regardless of what we see on the outside, right? But once again, what happens? I look at the numbers and then I decide I'm going to think something about them. When you should probably think the opposite. If the numbers are good, you should get scared. And if the numbers are bad, you should probably get excited that you can make positive changes. But everybody else, the numbers are good, so they're happy. The numbers are down and they're pissy. Completely the opposite of what they're supposed to think as a high performer. All right, controlling of the mind. Today I was doing my master key reading. I have a little tiny lamp in there. I turn all the lights off. I have a little lamp that just shines on the thing and I focus. There's nothing else around. There's nothing, okay? And I read and I think and I concentrate on really understanding. And of course, the whole thing is about you being able to completely control your mind and what you're thinking at any given moment. To actually direct and control your mind versus stuff's going in and you're letting it control you. All right? Okay. You see this, a great little article on control in life. Take a look at that later. Look at this picture on the next page, though. It's hilarious. Turn to this page right here in Zoomland. Okay? It's kind of funny that this was in this article. It shows a picture of the wine glasses clinking, and look at the caption. Controlling a perfect evening. That is hilarious. Okay? All right. Okay. Now we're going to go to confidence killers, then we're going to go to building confidence and assertiveness in the mind, along with a handful of other things. Okay, so here we go. Who's next? Confidence killers. Now, this is a matter of thinking internally. Here we are, people. We're going to go through these confidence killers, all right? And we'll work our way through this worksheet. Ready, go?
Number one, feeling unworthy. Self-confidence comes when you feel worthy of who you are and what you're accomplishing, when you believe in yourself. When you think or say you're in any way not good enough, you're rejecting your own value. Combat these feelings by thinking of the things you appreciate about yourself.
Look what she just taught us. When you think or say you in any way are not good enough or something's wrong, see that? You can never have any doubt about yourself ever. Ever, 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 ever. Because that changes your vibrational state, okay? And we have to be able to control that. Very, very good. Okay, number two.
Constantly overthinking. One of the worst enemies of confidence. Overthinking makes the negativity. It twists things around, makes you worry, and makes everything appear so much worse than it actually is. When you give up overthinking, you'll be amazed to see how many problems it costs.
Yes, so there's a simplification. See, I could grab the stat sheet and do all this analysis and add a bunch of numbers that you don't need, and I could sit there and overthink it and put myself into the wrong state. I don't. The sheet goes there. I'll look at it later. All I know is today I have to deliver everything perfectly. That's it. See that? I'm controlling my mind. I won't let this control my mind. Okay? All right, next. Very good.
Surrounded by negative people.
Oh boy.
Some people think being alone makes you lonely, but for me, being surrounded by the wrong people, negative people in particular, is far lonelier. Negative thinkers will never do you any good, so stay far away.
Yes, loneliness has nothing to do with being isolated. Okay, you could be deliriously happy, and then you could be with other people. You feel pretty lonely. Yep, very good point. Next.
Dramatizing everything.
Number 4.
If you're scripting negativity and trouble in your mind, drama is bound to result. But it doesn't have to be that way. Whether you believe it or not, you have the power to, at any given moment, to let go of the narrative so far and remind yourself that this is not how the story ends.
So look what she just taught us, that in any moment you can sit there and you can control your mind and get your mind back on track, realizing, hey, all things are working together for my highest good. Positive state. You good, Katie?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well said. Next.
Number 5, telling yourself you're not smart enough. Nothing hurts more than trying your best and still not feeling smart enough. To regain your confidence, you have to literally tell yourself, I am smart enough to succeed. I already know a lot, and what I don't know, I will learn. Each of us is smart in what we know, we just have to acknowledge it.
Yes, none of that, especially in a room like this with this highly intelligent group. Okay, number 6.
Thinking that good things only happen to other people.
No.
Why do we always think the grass is greener on the other side?
It's not.
The truth is, if you were to get the baggage of others, you would likely be glad you did it back.
You never know what other people are carrying. Being grateful for the good things you do have, be patient for the rest. Maybe it's your turn to be the good thing that happens to someone else right now. Oh, well said. Okay, number 7.
Living in the past. What's done is done, as the old saying goes. We all have decisions we might undo if we...
I want you to get a picture right here. Hold on, sorry about that, okay? I want a picture of me with the actual crowd for once. I never get any good pictures. This is where I act like I'm talking again, right?
That's not, let's just keep talking.
Oh, okay, just keep talking. But I'm not supposed to talk. Someone else is supposed to talk. Number 8. Number 7?
Yeah, 7.
Number 7. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
We interrupted whoever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, Dev. Number 7.
Good times we took for granted, events we wish we could have avoided. You can't change the past, but find strength and hope in the fact that you can always change today.
See, once again, all that matters is what you're doing today before your head hits the pillow. That's the key. All there is now. Okay, what should I be focusing on? Do a great job right now. What are you working on now? Are you working out now? The sets, the repetitions, the next adjustment that comes in, a report that you're writing. If you just do everything beautifully during the course of the day, things will go where they go, and they'll have to go in a positive direction if you're focused in the day. All right? Very good. Next.
Counting your failures. We all fail sometimes, some more than others. It doesn't make you unworthy or less intelligent. Remember, the only people who never fail are the ones who play it far too safe.
Yes, can't play it safe. We're going to have to go for it here. That's part of our assertiveness. Number 9.
Measure your mistakes. Regaining confidence after a mistake can be tough. So try to redefine the term. If you want your confidence back, learn to treat your mistakes valuable lessons that you have learned and move on from it.
Yes. Who in here has any problems in their practice right now? No. It was a trick question. Who in here has any problems in their practice right now? Not me. Yeah, I'm going to be working on a few things, but there's no problems. Okay, they're just things that I have to give some attention to. Okay? See that? I won't let my mind go there. Okay, there might be some things that need to be tweaked or shaped up or whatever, but I'm not going to let myself get my mind thinking like that. Okay, you get the idea? I won't let it get me to think like that. I'm aware of it. See, I'm going to stay steady even if things are falling apart and I have to give my focused attention on it, but I don't let it pull me down to there. Get the idea? Oh, I might have riveted focus and really have to, say, scramble and do something smart, but I won't let it change my state. That's the key. You get the idea? And if something's really great, I'm not going to sit there and be rah, 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 because I know that in 1 second it could all fall apart again, so I've got to just be cool. So I have to be cool and steady all the time, and whatever's going on around me that's up or down, I have to meet it with a very cool, level, smart countenance so that I can do everything properly in the moment, and then I know I'm going to go where I want to go. Okay? All right? Well said. Next. Speaking of that, there it is right there. Go ahead. Yep.
Negative self-talk can be so pervasive that you can't hear it anymore. Shut down your inner voice of fear and negativity and unworthiness.
Yes, that's why affirmations are so important. We got a couple more to go here. Well said. Next.
Number 11, comparing yourself to others. You'll never believe in yourself as long as you're comparing yourself to someone else. Being kind and true to who you are, to your unique thoughts, ideas, actions, and beliefs is as important as being kind and honest to others.
Wow, look what he teaches us here. You will never believe in yourself as long as you're comparing yourself to someone else. Anybody here comparing themselves to someone else? Compare yourself to other people running, Kyle? You're comparing yourself to somebody else. Oh, they're doing this, or they have that. What's productive about that? There's nothing productive there, okay? We might look and see. I know when I send out the little update, everybody's looking to see what other people are doing so they can compare themselves to them and try to make themselves feel smart or make themselves feel like they want to light it on fire, okay? And I know that. I know people are looking going, because they're being all competitive and they want to try to be better than people, and they almost hope the numbers are lower so that they feel better that their numbers are bigger, which of course is just criminal, you know what I mean? Because anybody looking at those numbers should hope everybody's numbers go up. I hope all of you collect more than me. I hope all of you do more. What I want for myself, I want for you magnified by many, many times. It's just that's why what I'm in the game for here, to see smashing success, however it manifests itself in your life. No comparing, okay? You can do what you're capable of. We do look at things and we can be motivated and excited, okay? But we can compare ourselves to ourselves. Okay, what do we have next? Big one here.
Being ungrateful. No matter how bad you have it, someone will be worse off.
Oh boy.
No matter how good you have it, someone will be doing better. Gratitude allows you to focus on what you do have instead of what you don't.
Very good. It gives you the confidence to appreciate what's around you and the poise to pay attention to details you might overlook. Anytime you need a boost, take an inventory of all the great things that you have. Be positive, be true and forgiving with yourself. Be grateful. That's a recipe for building self-confidence. It's pretty easy to lose gratefulness for yourself, isn't it? To lose thankfulness, to get whiny and like, oh, you know, versus just, hey man, you have any idea how much worse it can get? Oh my gosh. Who sends us a message today wishing us a good training today? Ray Cash Care, the Navy SEAL. Checking in on you today. How's that training looking today? I said, all systems are functioning. Okay? And he's gone. All right? But what do I say that? Well, Navy SEAL land, right? Things can get a lot worse, right? So it's all good. Remember now, the worst it could ever be for us is still like in privilege land. It's like unbelievable what we get excited about. So let's keep it in perspective. Okay, I want to move on to an interesting topic here. Now we're going to spend a ton of time on this, but I want everybody to be aware of it because this is what's being done to you right now. Okay, the media, this is what's being done to you, whether you like it or not. You have no choice but to be exposed to this. This is what is coming at you. Okay, with an attack that's beyond anything in the past, because now we have screens in front of faces that can deliver this stuff. And of course, the term is called gaslighting. Okay? Who in here has never heard the term gaslighting? Everybody's heard the term gaslighting? Where does the term come from? It comes from a movie. Yeah. Okay. Gaslighting is a form where people want to get you to question what is actually true or even question yourself. There's a tremendous amount of manipulation here. I want you to flip the page here to the very top where it says it's a manipulation. Okay? It's a manipulation. Okay, got that? Okay? So we're going to the top of the page where it says it's a manipulation. We're just going to spend a couple minutes on this. Okay? No, you're going too far. Oh, no, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. What are you looking at? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Examples of gaslighting. Shifting. Oh, do you see what happened here? How did that get so shifted? Oh, I printed a different. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's just do this. Examples of gaslighting. That's where I want to get to. Okay. Got it? Examples of gaslighting. What's number one? Shifting blame. Okay. And then what's number two? Denial of the truth is textbook gaslighting. By denying obvious truths, the victim begins to lose sight of what is right and what is wrong, and they begin to question their own reality. Are there things happening in society that are getting you to question right and wrong right now? Like what's right, what's wrong? Right? Like on a huge scale? People can just run into a Walgreens and just grab everything off the shelf and run out the door, and there's nothing anybody can do about it? Is that right or is that wrong? See, it's wrong, but nobody can do anything about it, so you see how you start to just get so... Like, what is going on here? It's very interesting, okay? All right, next one. Yes, and then now the fourth one, common disapproval can be a subtle way gaslighters want to control people. All right? Okay, how about number 5? It's not uncommon for gaslighters to isolate or otherwise alienate their victims from their support system in order to gain more control. Very interesting. Here's a good one, number 6. What's it? Oh, that's what, I only did this because I love you. You know, as the person's like not alive anymore. You know what I mean? Isn't that interesting? Where something is said one way, but the behavior indicates something else, and you can start to question your foundation. What I'm getting at is I want all of us to be wise as what? Serpents. Owls? An owl. That's better than a serpent. Yes, wise as an owl. Okay? We have to be aware when anybody around us, or even in media, or even patients, okay, are trying to gaslight us or minimize our beliefs or minimize what we're doing. Okay? I got an incredible example of this I'm going to show everybody tomorrow. Okay, from a patient in a chiropractic office. Okay, next one. This is an example of gaslighting where the gaslighter pretends to have forgotten what took place and denies it ever happened. Wow. Okay, number 8. You don't really feel that way. It's really not that big of a deal when it's like a huge deal. You know, it's like, what are you talking, you know? Interesting. Number 9. Yes, common in the workplace. Okay, number 10. Yeah, you're just being paranoid. If someone said that to me, it'd be like, what did you just say? Ever say that? Okay, you're just being paranoid, or you're crazy. Can't tolerate any of that. Okay? And it can be people that seem like they mean well, but these can be powerful things that can start to have an effect on what? Our confidence and our assertiveness. Okay? Okay, number 11. This example ties back to the use of disapproval as a way to control behavior, but it's more extreme. When someone's constantly disapproving or outright criticizing someone, the victim can internalize it, feel invalidated, potentially begin to neglect their own wants and needs, and deny their own reality. Wow. Common gaslighting phrases. Okay? Let's just go whoever's next. Just do the one line and we'll move to the next person. I never said that, but you know that they did. Next.
I did that because I love you.
Oh boy. Next.
I don't know why you're making such a huge deal of this.
Well, because it is a huge deal. That's why. Okay. Next.
You're being overly sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
You're being dramatic.
Okay.
You are the issue, not me.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yep.
You're crazy.
Yep. Go ahead. Yep.
You're just being delusional.
You're just being delusional. Next.
You're just insecure.
Oh, no, I don't want to let anybody ever say something like that to you. Next. Or to your kids or anybody. Okay? You've got to be protective. Next.
You're so selfish if you don't do this for me.
Oh my goodness. Wow. If you loved me, you'd. Next.
You're imagining things.
Yep. You made me do that. You don't really feel that way. Okay? That never happened. It's just not that big of a deal. You're just being paranoid. So we have to be very careful. I want you to go ahead and you can take a look at that later just to be aware in society and with people so you can be sharp, 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 sharp. All right, everybody at home. We're going to build confidence now. 10 ways to build confidence. We're going to go quickly through the sheet here just with the headings. And this is what we're going after, all right? This is what's available to everybody. Everybody is born with different things, and everybody's got a little bit different programming, but these are all things now that we have tremendous control over. Okay, the first thing is what? Where are we at in the line here? Okay? All the way back. Go ahead back to you, Kyle. Get things done. A person who gets things done, you can see that starts to build confidence. But here's the issue. What is it inside some people that keeps them from getting things done? We just call that a mystery. You got to be a person that gets things done. You can take a look and read the rest later. Okay, number 2. Monitor your progress. Okay, so we have to be aware. That's why we have things like stats, but also we can monitor in our mind where we're at. See, we want to be able to have very good control, okay, and know, okay, without numbers, really where am I? Where am I in relation to where I want to be? Okay, and I know when I'm on point. I know when I'm working hard. I know when I've been productive. I know what a good day is. I know what a good office visit is. I know what that is, and I know if I'm off on that. Just like me and Zach here. I'm here. Zach's here. See, and I got to do this to get it back to there. All right? All right. Okay, next. Do the right thing. That sounds easy, doesn't it? Okay, we'll just do the right thing. Okay, flip page next. No question about it. Exercise changes vibration, brings a lot of confidence. Okay, right, Junior? Junior, what's your workout schedule like? You getting some workouts in? A little bit? Like what's a little bit for you? About 5 days a week. Okay, where are you going?
To a gym owned by a chiropractor.
The gym that's owned by a chiropractor. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, number 5.
Be fearless.
Wow, failing isn't your enemy. It's fearing failure that truly cripples people. If you set big goals and have big dreams, you're going to feel overwhelmed. And you're inevitably going to feel like you can't do it sometimes. In those moments, you have to look inside yourself and gather every ounce of courage you have and just keep on rolling. Everything's cool. Every single wildly successful person has been afraid, and they've kept working and taking the risks anyway. Just keep on going. Because what you're going to accomplish is going to be more important than any fear along the way of anything relating to failure. Okay, next. Okay, and that's certainly in the office when patients, okay, we're dealing with patients. And number 7, okay, got to finish what you start. See how that builds confidence? Okay, next. Yes, when we're just in the moment, it's pretty easy to get hung up right here, but we're thinking like this, okay? All right? Tory, what's going on? Well, I don't know, the year's not over yet. Okay, you just do a great job and we'll count the numbers here when the dealing is done, as the poker players say, right? So we want to be aware and be focused, but if I'm really sharp on my day-to-day stuff, okay, and I'm locked onto that, I know it's going to do okay? I know it's going to do this kind of stuff. So what? I'm not hung up in here. My mind is there. I've locked onto that. I know it's going to have to do some of this along the way. And I even know in an entire career, let's say if you get down here to age 70, okay? Well, I know it's going to be all kinds of stuff like this, okay? But if I'm locked on, especially to numbers or target weights or levels of fitness at that particular age, I accept all this. See, if my goals are locked in, I know they're good, I accept all the things that happen along the way. I accept the lessons I have to learn along the way. See, when I have something happening that I think is not good, I have to be smart enough to realize this is required for me to be forged into the person that will get to where my goals want me to go. And I have to be okay with it. Okay? All right? And like I've said, who in here has ever had anything happen in their office and you got me on the phone and I said this, your goals caused this. Your goals caused it. It seems like it's something bad. Okay? Your goals caused it. Got a good example with you tomorrow, so we'll just relax, we'll bring you up and we'll have a little talk about it, okay? Right? Okay, right? Your goals caused it. See, once again, never a doubt. If my goals are clear and I've got whatever happening along the way, hey, my goals are causing it's got to drag me through whatever I need to get dragged through to get me to become that person. And I'm okay with that. Okay? No problem. My job is to just be cool. Okay? All right, next. That's right. I care so much yeah. And number 10. And there it is. Who in here has ever had me on a phone call and had me ask you like when your next vacation or trip or something fun was that's coming up? What's something fun that's coming up in your life? Okay, what's something fun that's coming up? No matter how simple it is. We had a fun thing the other day. They brought the ice cream truck over here. Somehow we missed it, but it was a fun thing anyway. You know, versus like we're going to go to Rome for 3 weeks or something like that, right? You have to have fun things that are scheduled, even if they're simple. How fun is it to get home, okay, and play with dogs? I mean, there's almost like very few things that are more fun. It's incredible, right? We love things that are that simple. Okay. All right. If negative words can affect us, it also means that affirmations and positive words go the opposite direction, right? So if we have all these things happening that can want to pull us into this lower vibrational state, which is what the world wants to do, then we know that we can use words that will keep us at a higher level state. And so I just whipped up this cool affirmation based on all the stuff that you see in this handout on assertiveness and confidence. Let's rattle through this and see if there's anything any good. Okay, let's go fairly swiftly here. Okay, who's next? We're going through the affirmation now. And by the way, this would be perfect to read into a recorder. Okay, so you can listen to it and burn this into your subconscious mind. Once again, if you have some goals for down the road, even if it's this year, well, let's go this way, watch. Even if it's for the end of this year, and maybe say by next year, and maybe a few years down the road, some things that you'd like to have be in place, let alone what you want to have, say, put away at, say, 60 or 65, 65 or 70. Okay, if we've got some things that are pretty clear here, all right, okay, then we just have to keep things moving in that direction with solid action and what? Affirming along the way, okay, that what we're doing is absolutely on point. So first one, ready, go. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm assertive and I show confidence in my personality. Beautiful. Next. We're back to the front here? Okay.
I am characterized by assertive and confident behavior.
I am characterized by assertive and confident behavior. Next.
I am capable of making bold and confident statements.
Oh, that's a beauty. I love that one.
I am aggressive when it is necessary to be so.
Good.
I am assertive and energetic in pursuing my goals.
Yes.
I am determined in all business dealings to do what is right.
Oh, beautiful.
I am devoted to cause and a movement called myself, my office, and chiropractic.
Now you could change that to be whatever you want. You could add family there, you could add fitness there, whatever it is you're really focusing on, okay? All right, I'm devoted to a cause and a movement called myself, my office, and chiropractic. Next.
I have bold self-confidence.
Yes.
I have the ability to express my opinion.
Yes.
I can be forward with my self-confidence when necessary.
Yes.
I am assertive and able to say what I want or believe.
Yes.
I make no excuses for my goals and move through the world without apology.
There's a good one that we've heard before. Next.
I am assured.
Nice.
I show my skill and confidence daily.
Yes.
I am certain in my ability to achieve.
Yes.
I am confident.
I am assertive.
I am bold.
I am capable.
I can rely on myself.
Oh, I love it.
I feel sure of myself and my ability.
Oh, love it.
Consciously aware of my increasing power.
Yes.
I rely on myself to do the right thing in all circumstances.
Oh, love it.
I have the will to act properly in all situations.
Yes.
I am certitude.
Yes.
I am certainty.
Yes. Kyle.
I'm in control.
Yes.
I have the power to influence and direct people's behavior in a positive way.
Oof, big one. Yep.
I have the ability to exercise restraint when necessary.
Mm-hmm.
I can make things happen the way I want.
Oof, very powerful.
Everything I do benefits everyone around me.
Always.
I am in control.
Yes.
My ability to control my life makes me feel necessary.
Yes.
I am worthy.
Yes.
I seek positive people.
Yes.
I am smart enough.
Love it. Yes.
With my luck, everything will work out in my favor.
There it is right there. With your luck, everything will work out fine. Never a doubt. My goals are clear. I'm doing a good job each day. Everything's going to work out fine. I know how the laws work, and that's how the laws go. Never a doubt. Next.
I live in the moment.
Yes.
I count my minute win.
Yes.
I compare myself to what I'm capable
Yes. What are you capable of, Derek?
of. Great days.
That's easy way out of it there. Yeah. Okay. That'll work though. That'll work. Next. Yes.
I accept full responsibility for my life and all my decisions.
Oh, of course.
Try to understand the truth and also.
Oh, I love that one.
I deeply care and understand other people's needs.
Yes, we have a great awareness of other people and we get ourselves out of being all hung up on ourselves. Yes, next. None, none, none. Next.
I'm allowed to explore my own thoughts and ideas freely.
Oh, well said.
I know what I know.
Yep.
I know what is right.
My certainty in this area far outweighs any doubts you might have. See, very, very important. Because you'll have people that will be questioning what you're doing or chiropractic, and you have to be able to say, well, my confidence in this area far outweighs any doubts you might have. In other words, I'm here, and I'm not going to let you get me to question what I'm doing ever. Next.
I get little things done, and I get big projects.
Ooh, I love that one.
I do the right thing in all situations.
Mm-hmm.
My fearlessness grows more every day.
Oh, I love that.
I enjoy standing up for myself. I think it's fun.
Okay.
I follow through.
Yes.
I think long term.
Oh my gosh, we have to.
I care so much I don't care at all.
Okay. Do it again, nice and clean.
I care so much I don't care at all.
Yes.
I do what makes me happy.
Yes.
My happiness is what makes me better for everybody in my life.
Yeah, we have to be happy. Just think about that. I have to be happy so I can be better for everybody that's around me, right? I got to be in a positive state. Okay, next.
Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better.
Oh yeah, I got to throw that one in.
I am full,
Oof.
strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy.
Oh, that's one of the granddaddies there.
I am connecting with my inner self, vibrating with perfection, energy, and love.
Where's anybody heard that one before? You're now vibrating at the level of your DNA, vibrating with perfection, energy, and love. How could everybody here not have that? That's Holosync, recommended for everybody. That might be the recording I've listened to more than any single recording ever, along with the Inner Talk, Have It All. Holosync, Holosync. I think that's called Immersion or the Dive or something like that. Incredible. You're now connecting with your DNA to basically stop your aging process and vibrate with perfection, energy, and love. That's why I still look like I'm 28. I am in better shape than I was a year ago. That's all that matters. Stronger now. Endurance is better now. I'm a superior human being compared to who I was 12 months ago. And I can be superior again 12 months from now. And I've got the plan in place to do it. No question about it. Especially with that place next door now. Okay. All right, next.
I'm sorry, please forgive me, I forgive you, I thank you.
Oh, there's the that might be the granddaddy of all of them because it just does so much work psychologically. Next. Yes.
I bring God's energy into my body, asking for strength, protection, and guidance.
There's another one of my favorites. All right, beautiful. Okay, go ahead and set that aside here. Let's do a little work here now. Okay, so here is something, and we'll touch on this just a little bit tomorrow. Okay, so here's what you have. You have a life. Your life exists on a timeline, okay? All right? Now, our individual goal here is to win this whole thing that's called life. All right? How do we do that? Everybody, if you ask them, wants to win in life. They want things to, quote, go their way. Everything that you're doing, and the reason you're sitting here doing a lot of these things, is because you want things to go your way in your life. You want them to go your way health-wise, your way practice-wise, your way team-wise, your way money-wise, your way economy-wise, your way with what's happening in your own neighborhood, your way with how your car starts every time you go out to drive it. You want things to work out and go your way. You want to win, okay? And we have tremendous control over this. What percentage of people do you think out there actually win in life? Wow, 3 to 5%. We have to win. My whole thing here is that I have to win this game called life. I have to win. I have to, all these things are trying to destroy my health. I have to win in that situation. All these things are trying to take money. I have to win and have the disciplines to conquer that. All these things, you know what I mean? We have to sit there and see what the game is, and we have to win. All right? And so let's do this. What are some examples, or just little things, we'll get some variety here, examples of ways you can win in life? What is just one little thing that's an example of winning? Saving money consistently, so you end up with some money over time, and you don't have to rely on somebody else. You won that part of the game, didn't you? Right there, okay? In fact, one of the goals is to not be a burden, to not have to rely on somebody else to support you, okay? Now, all the chiropractors in here, in fact, everybody in here has something like this set up, but in chiropractor land, okay, you have right around $1 million to $2 million sitting there waiting for you, and you don't know where it is, and you don't know how to access it. And I'll be going over this for the first time ever at the upcoming big Cash Flow Accelerator Bootcamp of Awesomeness, okay? But we have to do stuff on our own. We can't rely on what's already sort of there in place for us, okay? What's another way we can win in life? What's another example of it?
Meaningful relationships.
Yes, meaningful relationships. What's a more specific example? You have a wife, that's right, that you care about and she cares about you, okay? That's winning, right? How about kids that want to hang out with you during the holidays? That's winning, okay? In fact, you can sit there and say, well, maybe you don't have a ton of that. But if you're doing okay, and you got kids that want to hang around you at the holidays and there's hugs and kisses, call that winning, all right? There's lots of ways to win. What are some other ways let's define this because we want our life to go this way, okay? How do we get there?
Building persistence.
What's that?
Building persistence.
Yes, you're going to build persistence and you're going to build these qualities. In fact, you might even say you start to build wisdom. See, in other words, as you start to know all this and you realize you've got this that's down, you're very cool and steady with all of this stuff. You have persistence that allows you to do what? See that? Just continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to be cool. Okay, never start to flatline because you think you know it all. Okay, we don't know anything. I'm nothing. God is everything, right? And we persist in our expansion. Oh, so great. Like even learning that little diagram. I love that. One of the little things that like made my year. Another way we can win. Yes. Yes. Can you see a lot of people out there that maybe they got a bunch of that? They don't have any of that. They can buy, that buys a lot of that. Take it from me. Okay? It buys a lot of that. Okay? All right? Okay? But fun, again, doesn't require any of that. Nothing else I'd rather watch, see if I can see an example here. Let's see, hold on. Oh, here it is. Oh. All right. Now, this could easily, very quickly bring a tear to my eye. Okay? You know how fun that is for me? And he's sitting there looking out a window right now, like this, like a typical Doberman, waiting. I pull up and I see those eyes and I go, he waits. And he will wait until he dies. Look at that. What does that cost? $7 ball. Priceless. Unbelievable. Okay? Wow. How else do we win? We got a big one here that we haven't seen. Okay? We do these all the time on your little orange card. What's that? What is? Oh yes. We're gonna have eternal security. Okay? That's big.
Good health.
Yes, there it is. That's a biggie right there. You have to win. You have to win that one right there. And the whole winner's edge thing, the things that I have the most control over is this, and then trying to doing that, the pursuit of that, having some fun along the way with some of the things we do with your chiropractic friends. You have to win that one. Okay? And there's forces coming against us that are just doing everything to destroy it, right? So we have to win that one. Who in here really feels you're really getting in tune with what to eat that really makes you feel good and doesn't drink? Yes? Give me an example. Hold on a second here. Give me an example of what's like a power food for you that really agrees with you, and maybe something, if you have it, that it bogs you down or makes you feel tired or just go ahead.
For me, juice accelerate in the morning and then just consistent greens, like 3 to 4 servings.
Yeah. So pure celery juice, yes. And then lots of greens. Okay? Yes. Okay? Mark. Meat and fruit. See, if I have fruit, I get tired. I feel like I've been drugged because of the sugar in it somehow. I know it's good for me, but even if I have like a green drink, but it's got mango or something in there, I just go, oh, I should have just had water because it will do this to me. I sometimes wonder if I had something like that, if I worked out immediately, if I would just be burning whatever went in my blood right away, if that would be more ideal than doing that and then trying to concentrate, okay? Who here has a couple other things that you find are really good that you like to eat? Go ahead. Carrots. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, carrots are great in juice too because carrots are kind of sweet, aren't they? Who else has anything? Who else, if you had a big event the next day and you were going to have some sort of power meal, what would it be? What would you actually have? Derek, I know you're going to have something from hockey days. What, Cliff, don't say a number 3 with Coke. Don't say a number 3 with Coke. Okay. Okay. Who had one? What? Oats and fruit. Oatmeal with fruit. Okay. Yeah. Where's the big dinner before the big thing the next day, though? What do you got? Okay. Oh yeah. No, say that again. What is that?
It's from my area, but it's basically a not very well-known part of the cow.
Okay, so it's kind of like steak. He says steak and asparagus. That's not bad. Steak and broccoli, that's pretty powerful. Go ahead, what do you like? Chicken, rice, and spinach. That's about perfect. Salmon, rice, and some sort of a salad. Not bad, right? You know what I like? I like green beans, potatoes that are boiled, and a big pile of cooked hamburger. Okay? Somehow, doesn't make me tired. There's just something very clean. It's just something about that agrees with me more than even chicken or salmon for some reason. What I'm getting at is I think that our bodies, we want to get more in tune with what makes you smart and doesn't make you tired, and what gives you sustained energy and all of that. And we have to win this game right here, okay? All right. Any other ones here? We have to win in life. And to win in life, we've got to keep our health on point. We've got to be having fun along the way. We've got to be persistent, okay? We've got to make sure we're doing okay with money, right? What else? See how when you really boil it down to it, it's like this? Hey, we didn't talk about happiness and self-actualization in your work, okay? But really there it is. To win in life, we've got to have these. This by Foster Hibbert, and the little Foster, and you guys didn't see Foster Hibbert because you get the little booklet, and he had 2 audio sets, okay? One was called The Art of Total Living, the other one was called The Millionaire's Seminar, and I'm not sure if the one that you guys see is the one where this gets talked about, but I remember when he introduced this, love, health, career, and money in an audio, okay? And he goes, that's it. Everything in life fits into those 4 categories. He goes, that's it. And it really, really is great. It encompasses, okay, all of this. We have to win. Okay, enough on the affirmation. All right, moving on. Now, okay, as you sit here, we know that every level of collections is going to have its corresponding level of confidence. Now, I'm going to define confidence a little bit differently than what you've seen here. Confidence is being in the center line. This is where confidence lies, right here. It's not letting myself get negative about something, and it's not getting overly elated about something. I've got to be cool and be in the center line. All right? So every level of financial, say, practice collections, or even how much money you can hold on to, we'll mention this again tomorrow, but I want you to observe really how smart and how difficult this is. Okay, has anybody discovered it's hard to make money? And by the way, let's define that. Out in Zoom land, what does it mean to make money? I mean, just to lay out, how do you make money? What dollar amount are people talking about when they say you make money? It's the money you have left after what? Yes, after your expenses and taxes, and you end up with this number for net income. That's what you made. Okay? What you walk away with, it's free and clear. That's making money. Your ability to make money. Generate work, okay? Pay whatever your stuff is, and end up with what you end up with. That's making money. Okay? Everybody is sitting here right now because you want to increase your ability to make money. All right? Period. All right? And how much money you're able to make is directly connected to your confidence. Period. Do people with low self-confidence make a lot of money? How's that even possible? You see how they don't, it doesn't even make sense to even talk, to even put them in the same sentence, right? And then you see people that are really at high levels, incredible confidence. Would anybody say someone like Warren Buffett is arrogant? No, he's really not, even though he has every right to be, but he's just not. But he has 100% perfect, unwavering, solid blackout confidence in his ability to handle and deal with money, his ability to make money. All right? Okay? This is what we're after. So how do we build our confidence such that it will allow us and literally cause our income to increase? Now, by the way, back to Darby's point here, as we look at wanting to grow and looking what are all the different possibilities that could be in the way? Well, of course, it could be everything from layout and team and equipment, but then it could go to deservingness, confidence, and all. I mean, there could be a million little things. The little ridges on the key, all right, that we have to analyze and somehow figure out and fix, all right? And that's why our self-analysis, ultimately, all help ultimately is self-help. We use all these different tools to try to get our mind to be able to become more aware of what's happening, okay, back in here, all right? All right, so what are some things, as we make a list here, that will build? We talked about some, but there's a lot more that are more direct. This is for you in the chiropractic office now. What is maybe the first thing and the easiest and fastest thing a person could do that will give them more confidence? Who said image? Yes, dress better. Don't you just feel great when you got something on? It just fits good, you like it, it's new, it's sharp, the shoes are great, right? You just go, oh, this really feels good, right? No question about it. Well, that's why we like to do it at the seminars. We have a few days a year where we can really put on something nice where you really, really feel good, like you're really, really put together. It does something for us. What does it do? Big confidence, okay? All right, so dress, okay? Fastest way to make a chiropractor more successful, okay, is to improve what they're wearing, okay, in the office, all right? Or even how it fits or how sharp it is or how good the shoes are, just everything looking more put together. In other words, can this go, oh, you want more of this? Well, then doesn't that have to go to a little click like that? Okay, what else is going to have to happen? What else would be something that would be very easy to do in a chiropractic office, okay, that will help build confidence?
Money flow?
Money flow, which means what?
Like automating it all and
Yes.
simplifying it so
Oh,
your brain doesn't have to
no
do it.
question about it. We're going to have our money flow system in place. Now, this is big. This is way bigger than that was going to be down here, but she got right at it right out of the gate. Having your money flow in order brings tremendous confidence. Why? Because it brings control. Okay? Okay, that's what this is. You control and you decide, hey, I'm going to take control and make myself look better. I'm going to take control and I'm going to organize my money flow per the system. As you do things that give you more control, you will have more confidence. And a lot of them are just, it's not like this is hard to do, okay? Very well said. What else can we do? Even the simplest thing. Oh my gosh, yes. But again, that is, okay, treatment time. If we improve our treatment time, does that bring confidence? Yes. Why? Well, because you have more control with your people. You see how it's all going to come back to control and your ability to control and ultimately control what you think and what you think about yourself and how you look at the world and what you think is good or bad or right or wrong or up or down or fast or slow. It's about control. Control of conscious mind and subconscious mind. And then it goes into control. But I work very sequentially. Like if I dress better, the next thing I have on the list is making sure your office is spotless clean. Like, what do you think I'm doing in here? We're vacuuming. I'm getting all the stuff around the corners. Okay, there'll be some dead bugs on the windowsill that will have died this afternoon. I'll be mad I didn't get them out of here in time. You know what I'm saying? Clean. Okay? Clean. If your office is super clean, there's something about it that just makes you feel better. Same with a home, doesn't it? There's something about that. Okay, so we keep everything super clean. Even if you just get your car detailed, it just does something. Why? Because you have more control. Okay? Things that are dirty are out of control. Things that are clean are in control. And that builds more confidence. What else? Oh, wow. Yes, I call it memorization, right? But scripting. Now look at this though, see? This is pretty easy, okay? We can put that in place. That's not really that difficult. This, we have to change programming. That's pretty easy. You could call people to do that. But scripting, okay, you have to sit and now memorize stuff. Well, now we have to do some work, okay? And you're going to see here that as we add all of these up, it boils down to when you do quite a bit of work, okay, and you know you did the work, that puts you in a state where now you know you deserve, because you know these are causes and these are effects, and this builds incredible confidence. Right? Okay? What else can we do that will, without any doubt, build confidence, and it'll increase your ability to make money? Oh, of course, yes, you have to have, in other words, we have to control space and we have to control time. and the time is the doctor time in the office, the team time in the office, then the individual appointment times, and then, of course, controlling time with yourself personally on each and every office visit. If you have control over time, it builds incredible confidence because you're not being pushed all over the place. Very powerful. Very powerful. My whole thing here is to try to get you in control with incredible control. All right? To the point where the last thing you have to work on controlling is really controlling in your mind here. Okay? Especially when you have a lot of this good, okay? And a lot of this is fixed, okay? Okay, and you have all this brain space laying around that's looking for stuff to do, but you got so much stuff in place. Well, and then all of a sudden you have vacuum and you can get all kinds of negativity in there. No, we have to start to fill that with other things to help us increase confidence so we can earn more. Okay, what else? Oh my goodness, I didn't even think of that. Okay, we're going to talk about fitness. Okay, we'll call it PT. Okay, working out. I have a trainer every morning at 7 a.m., 5 days a week. Period. I went from 3 days a week and I said, nope, got to go to 5. And it was hard today. I was mad. I wanted to yell at him. He just, no, do this and then this. I'm going, can I breathe for a second? Give me a break. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Then I sit there and I just, I call myself names, which I won't say, when I'm working out. I get so mad at myself. I go, I should be able to do 50 of these, right? Okay, do 10. I go, I should be able to do 50 of these, right? Oh, but what's the whole point? Get yourself all cleaned up, you head in, incredible confidence. Why? Because you did something that most people around you didn't do, so it makes you superior to them. Incredible, all right? But again, what does it take to get someone to want to do that, all right? Okay, and if you don't want to do that, we have to outsource that responsibility to make us do it. And he just says, do this, do that, and I do exactly what I'm told. And every single time, I try to do at least one rep more. 3, 2, 1, and I always do another one. Always, always, always. Always, unless I just can't. Okay, and even then, I'll, always do another one. Okay? See, most people are out seeking leisure. How can I seek leisure? How quick can I relax? Okay, how quick can I back off? Okay? And of course, there's no building this with that and no increasing that by thinking like that. What else? Very, very good. Who said study? Yes, study. Okay, and again, they're scripting all that. Let me show you something here very quickly. I'll bring it out. Okay, who else had another voice? I heard there a female voice. Ooh, hold on. Oh, one of my most precious things. There it is. There's my master key that I've been reading for like 14 years now. On this easy reader that I had in chiropractic college. Anybody remember getting those in chiro school? Right, Kyle? You had those at Northwestern, right? For your stuff? Had them all around you with the anatomy books, right? Yeah. And I was amazed here as I was reading this morning in the darkness. I'm always amazed at stuff that I find that I didn't have highlighted in the last 50 times I've read it. Like, how in the world did I miss that? Well, because I didn't see it in myself before. Incredible. It's just incredible. It's so good. Oh, so there's the study that never ends. I have that blocked off. Every Friday morning is time for me to read that. Okay? All right. Who else had one here about happiness or fun? Yeah, smiling. Now watch this. By the way, I want you to observe something. We could do a whole training on that. Okay? Confidence. How much are you smiling during the day, or are you all pouty-faced all the time? I'm all pouty-faced all the time, and somehow I can't figure out why I don't grow, or why I don't collect more, or why I don't get more new ones, or why this or why that. Okay? Happiness has to be at the core. All right, Palace and Taylorland. Okay? Did you grow up in what you might call a happy house? Quite a bit of happiness was the general tone. And there's this and that every once in a while, but generally happy. I'm not talking about you, Cliff. Cliff, was yours happy? Just say it. No, not that much. But Cliff came out happy. Would anybody doubt that Cliff is a happy person? Think of him as being happy. He's always happy. He just rolls, right? Yeah? Okay. So when people think of you, would they sit there and say, are you happy? Are you whiny? You complain a lot? You're scared a lot? You're nervous a lot? You seem anxious all the time? Okay? All right? And so this state of the calm pause just being cool, happy, light, that's it. Okay, show me a chiropractor that smiles a lot, you're going to see a busy chiropractor. That's all. Brooke Shaker, you just know it's true. Okay, if you're smiling a lot, there's just no way people can't come to you. But if you get yourself all whatever, well, who would want to come and see you? This is the key. In fact, let's just say dress better, smile more, get your money flow in place. Let's work on our treatment time, get the place shaped up, work on our scripting. Okay, get the schedule right. This is all just, you know, there's only 10 or 20 things, but it's mastery of those. Who else has anything else here toward becoming ultra confident so you can, quote, make more money? Oh, gosh, I didn't even think of that, Dan. Wow, look at that. Watch this. Because here's, hold on, let's go this way. Oh, I didn't even think of that because I was too busy thinking about myself. See, nowhere in there did I have anybody else. Do you see that? Oh, that's why we have to have these. That's why you have to have a group like this so you can see stuff you would never see on your own. Okay? We're talking about team here, but what he's really saying is being unselfish. Teaching, sharing, wanting to grow, creating the synergy of the group and the team. Even if it's a two-person team, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh. Creating the master mind of people in alliance, in harmony toward a common goal. There's no getting to the high levels without that. Oh, that's tremendous. Well done. Okay, who else?
Affirmations and gratitude.
Okay, notice what we want to do. We want to keep our mind moving forward. We know there's forces that want to pull us down, lots of negativity. Now, if you go on Instagram right now, are you going to see some hilarious videos? Of course, you're going to see the funniest videos in the world. And you'll see stuff that's interesting. And you'll see stuff that are quotes that really make a lot of sense. But embedded in there is the rat poison of negativity. Okay? And this and that and world events and all these things that are trying to get you into that negative state. So we know there's things trying to do this, and actually says, hey, we better get some positivity in there in a very concentrated form. If we read something positive, okay, yeah. But if we just have a bunch of high-performance affirmations and we just drill those into the brain with repetition while you're falling asleep, that's the modern superpower. So yes, very solid with our affirming. And here's me, the guy, listening to my own affirmations. Spotify, 3:30 in the morning, pure affirmations, click, okay? You know? I love it. I love it. I'm going, and it's talking about bringing patience and all this, but yet I'm not really seeing any patience, but yet I love it, you know? Oh, very, very good. Okay? All right. There we are. Next, a couple more. Oh. It's hard to read, but there it is. See? Yeah, technique. Okay? All right. Yes. Improving our technical skill through, of course, experience, seminars and all that, building confidence there. Yes, exactly. Okay? And we know as we start to get better with our technique, our confidence has to grow. And that has to naturally attract more people. And if we got some decent treatment time and we got everything in order, well, we're going to make more money. Yay. But who cares about the money? The money gives you the opportunities for what? Fun, happiness, generosity, and all the things that it allows us to do that make it worthwhile. Okay? Couple more.
Giving?
Who?
Giving?
Oh my gosh. Yep, I don't see that on there. Should have been on there. Okay? Yep. Give. Now why? Why technically on a psychological level does that bring confidence? Because giving gives the feeling of the H word. Did you say it, Kyle? Of having. And if I feel like I have, it's confidence. How confident are like, say, kids who are rich? Like, say, a Paris Hilton. Does she have a lot of confidence? Sure she does. She draws where does she draw her confidence from, as an example? Where does she draw her confidence and power? She has two main things. Well, actually, she has three things where her confidence and power come from three main things. What are they? She has family power. She has what power? She has money power. And she has looks power. That's where her power comes from. And all of those equal a tremendous amount of confidence, whether she's good at anything at all. And that's okay, right? Because what can we do? We can have our technical skill, our affirmation, we've done our study, we got our office in order, and that brings tremendous confidence. Okay? All right? Okay. Okay, giving gives the feeling of having. Okay, that's why anywhere you go, the other day we're driving down here and sure enough there's a kid on the side of the road with a lemonade stand. And I always stop and I'm always prepared to be disappointed and I'm dying to make a video about how crummy the lemonade is. Okay, and we stop and the guy comes over and I'm looking for some money and I almost gave him a $100 bill, but I thought, oh, that might just be too much for one glass of lemonade. I had hundreds and I had ones and it was like, oh, but anyway. I get the lemonade and it was like, it was a nice cup that had little lemons on it. So the cups had class and it had some drips coming off it. So I know it was cold. So I'm going, this is looking good so far. And it was full. It wasn't half full of warm, overly crystal lighted poison, right? And I drank it. I thought, this isn't bad. This is like a win. You know what I mean? Like, the kid got it. They really did a great job here. I was just so proud of the kid. Okay, I was so happy, all right? But again, what's my point? Giving gives the feeling of having, and that feeling of having brings a lot of confidence. And back to the Paris Hilton, she has this, and that brings confidence. And even on a smaller scale, giving brings that same feeling. All right, it's tremendous. Okay, couple more.
Forgiving.
Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, now why is that important? Why must we forgive? In order to move on, because if we don't forgive, we are what? Stuck. Why are we stuck? We are a chained slave to whoever we don't forgive, you might say. We're chained to that if we're allowing that to continue to bother us. So we have to be thankful, right? And we have to forgive. Thank you for giving me that experience to make me grow as a person. Why? So my confidence can increase so I can make more money and I can have a bigger life. All right? Yes. Forgive. That's why that affirmation is so big. Okay? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I forgive you. I thank you. I love you. I want to say I love you. That's how I really want to say it. I like the way that rolls. Okay? And the biggie here is to forgive yourself. Okay? Whenever your head isn't right. That's the biggie. That's why that affirmation is so powerful. Because really what's happening is I'm getting people to forgive themselves. Oh, I should be this and I'm only that. No, you got to forgive yourself because if that's what's going on in your head, you won't do anything. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. If my goals are clear, I know it's just part of the way on the path to get there. Never a doubt. Okay? All right? So that affirmation is really about me forgiving myself and loving myself because there's lots of forces around us that are trying to attack that. Get us below 200 on the power scale. Okay, couple more.
Practice feeling gratitude.
Oh, yes. Okay, look what he added here. Let's do this, okay? Now we'll just go back to this. We'll leave it that way. Oh, that's not going to work. Come on. Yes. Thankful. And then gratitude. Because remember now, we have to realize at any given time, the whole that we're being thankful through and that we're giving through and that we have gratitude flowing through is the whole that we receive through. So remember now, our goals, what are always moving us toward what we want, if they're clear and if they're accurate, which is just essential. And then what's the biggie? How do we get what we want to move toward us? No. Well, that's part of it, yes. Who said that? Who said action? Yes. But here, you have to be thankful for what you have, so more will move its way to you. Our goals move us toward what we want along with action, right? Now, to get what we want to move toward us, there's that, of course, as a component, but then we have to be thankful. Thankfulness is what moves what we want toward us, because if you're not thankful for what you already have, you don't get more. So if I'm whining and complaining about what I already have, as it's not enough, or this isn't good enough for that, well, how can I get any more? Because I'm not thankful for what I already have. The universe knows, and it stops everything in its tracks. Can't be. This comes back to smiling, because what people who are thankful seem to smile more. People who forgive seem to smile more. People that are using Dan's gratitude seem to smile more and be more forgiving and be more thankful, and they move what they want toward themselves. So once again, it's a matter of us controlling our own mind. Have to be giving, have to be forgiving, have to be all of that. And you just decide to be those things. Oh, once my numbers go up, then I'll be like that. Well, no, everybody knows that's not how it works. Okay? So here it is. Our goals move us forward, and our thankfulness moves what we want toward us if you want more. Okay, now by the way, now observe this. High level point here. Sometimes it's not about wanting more. Sometimes it's about adding something into your life and holding this over here and having it not be affected. See how big that is? It isn't always about, oh, I want more. It might be, I want to do this, but I want to have time off. Or I want to, let's look at it this way. Let's say you have a female chiropractor and she's cruising along, and then she's going to have a child. Well, it's not about that. It's about holding that. How do you do that and have a little one? And at the end of the year, you don't even know what happened, because this is good just like it was the year before. That's what we call winning. So sometimes holding the number while we add something else that's big into our life, that's the big win. Okay? Now, what we would say in Winner's Edge, it would be the have it all concept would be, how could I have a collection increase and do this and do that and do that? And why do we do that? So that we can end up doing that, because that's winning. If you end up with a little bit of this, great, and if you're very, very close, that's still winning. Remember now, we set a goal for 2024 to help pull us through 2023. We say, I want this, this, and this, I want this, and sometimes we have to have that so we can end up with what we really wanted in the first place. And if you have a little bit more, then even better. Get the idea? All right? And many different examples and every one of you have different things happening in your life. All right? So sometimes it's about growing, yes. Sometimes it's about adding something and holding on to this. Sometimes it's about going to abbreviated schedule, okay, and holding on to it. But of course, in Winner's Edge line, we'd say, how do I go to this modified schedule and increase my collections and hit this new goal? And if you end up holding on to the same thing you had before when you worked 6 more hours in the week, well, that's a huge win. And that's incredible. Remember, the ultimate Winner's Edge schedule is just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday afternoon. Okay, that would be or it would be this. There, 13 hours. 3, 3, 3, 3, and you get there 15 minutes before each shift. Okay, so there's 12 plus 1 for 13. 100, 100, 100, 100 for 300 to 400 visits a week, and you're out. Is that possible? Sure, that's what Wilmot does. Has for years. Took him 15 years to get there. Lots of work, lots of coaching, lots of talking, lots of discipline, lots of treatment time, right? All right? But what is it for you? All right? So now, as we focus this in on you individually, as you sit here, okay, right, okay, really, you know, oh, come on. You know where you lack. You really know, okay? Or everybody should know. But most of the people in here will know. You know where things can go up, up, up a click. And even the things that you think are good, they just have to go up a click again, okay? Like even if I went to 5 workouts a week and I'm adding another rep, I sit there and go, nope, I could go from here to there on every row. I could go from there to there on every press. Instead of stopping before the wall, I could get that one extra step that I can fit in before I get to the wall. See that? Versus thinking I work out hard. You know? Get the idea? So in every area where you think you have strength, it has to go like that. It might be the easiest place for us to do it. And areas where we know we have to improve, we want to do the same thing. But either way, one thing is for sure, and you always know this is true, okay? You have to pay with something, okay, to get what you say you want. I want people to pay ahead of time so they don't have to pay later, all right? Just by being here, you paid. You paid with time, effort, energy, a little bit of money. Okay? So you know there's a return that's going to come from this. There has to be. That's the law. That's the way it works. Yay for you. You can sit back and go, awesome. Okay? You're ready to receive, right? So there we are. All right, who in here wants to volunteer a couple things that you know if you did, it would make a difference for you? Okay? How about you, Derek? Where do you need to add something that you think will take your confidence a click so that you can make more?
Technique and scripting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you're going to have to expand your mind because your office got bigger. There's more square footage. There's more equipment. You're going to have to manage that mentally. Okay, see, the office could get bigger, but if your brain doesn't get bigger, you'll just be the same guy in a place that could do more. You'll be a guy who drives 100 miles an hour now in a car that goes 200, and you'll be pushing halfway down on the gas going, I don't know why I can't go any faster. You get the idea? So you have to expand mentally. You'd have to take this ownership of that and see the possibilities and play with the math. What I really want everybody to do if we had time would be to make goal sheets, okay, for a period down the road that if you look in this number box right here, these are the exact ultimate numbers you would like to see at the absolute peak of your practicing career numbers wise. That'd be like a boot camp thing, okay? Where you see the collections for the practice are 203, 226, and the services were 324, 870. You get the idea? And your case average was 3420, okay? And you saw 1,750 visits. Get the idea? It's like, who's seen the sheet where we took the appointment book and filled in every single name, which was 326 people for the day, and just stare at it and try to just go through it with your mind and act like those people. It's just so overwhelming. But if you stare at it long enough, you start to go, well, well, maybe. You know what I mean? And if I just did one or two segments, I didn't move people around, I didn't flip them onto their back or anything like that, you get the idea? What would that really look like? The ultimate thing, just the absolute pinnacle of what you did for your own chiropractic efforts. That really should be made and should be actually sitting in your 3-ring binder so you see it all the time, because what is that? That's this thing out here. And here we are in 2023 heading into 2024, although it could happen the next couple of years. And I'm telling you right now, with where we're shifting in Winner's Edge land, remember now, by the way, in case you didn't already know, I'm going to mention this heavy tomorrow. 2024, this is our year. This is the big year coming up. Everything you've done has built itself up for this. Everything you've done has worked itself toward this 2024, okay? Everything is lining up perfectly, okay? Everything is getting all coordinated and falling into place for you. If you get your head right, this will be a shattering year for everybody in the Winner's Edge land. If you do anything or if you follow me at all, because I've already gone like that, okay? All right, so I'm just saying, hey, hang with me, because it's it. This is the big, big year coming for you. Like crushing every number you ever had. All right, and never to return. Okay? So just know this year, the 2023, this is just, we're having a good year and all that. We want to finish the year strong. Okay, but in the back of my mind, it's going, well, all this is just prep for the hammer to drop in 2024. Just get your game face on. It's like the Olympic year. I want you to kind of look at it like that, or something along those lines. It's the big year coming up for you. Get yourself psychologically in a state of, I'm already confident. I already know it is. See, I already know that's the case. I'm just trying to impart the same level of belief to you. I already know this is going to be enormously awesome, okay? I already know that. One, I've already paid the price for it, and I will continue to pay heavily, okay? I've worked 8 or 10 hours every single Saturday and Sunday, except for maybe 3 of them this year. Every single one. Every one. Every Sunday where you're doing whatever, I'm in here for 8 or 10 hours. Every one. I did 3 boat runs, so I was gone, and even then I probably put in a few hours, but even so, that's 3 Sundays. I've worked every Sunday this year except for like 3. I have 3. Every single one. And I will work every Sunday except for maybe one of them for the rest of the year. I'm just absolutely out to kill, okay? All right? Fixing, modification, adding, refining, expansion, all of this stuff for then, for the models, for then you to, it's just, get excited. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, anybody want to add anything to any of this? As always, As always, your success and your next level comes from your awareness that you want that level and your awareness in your own mind of what you can go back and do on Monday that will actually be the changes that will cause it. You have to cause it to happen. That's the key. No causes, no result. We have to cause it. And we can do the simplest things. And once again, if we just work out a little harder, somehow that has an effect with what we collect. And if we dress a little better, somehow that has an effect on our confidence and people wanting to come and see us. So remember now, we realize in Winter's Edge Land that wherever you add something, it's going to bring you what you want in some other area. Yes, if I work out harder, it's going to have a fitness thing, but it also has a confidence thing. Okay? And it also gives a little bit of assertiveness because I feel good that day. All right? And then maybe it's going to make me stronger with the team. You get the idea? So one thing I improve can bring a lot of stuff with it as far as the positive effects go. So if you have stuff that you're already good at, add more of what you're already good at because that can be a catalyzer. And then, of course, we have to go things that might be deficiencies because none of this matters if your treatment time stays the same. All right? Notice here, it's not these or even like tomorrow, it's not about here's how you do a report or the scripting and all that. That's you don't need any help with that. Just sit and memorize the stuff. You get the idea? We have to go over higher level concepts because ultimately you're going to grow to the level of your self-image. And it's the self-image that we're out to just hammer to a new level. Your concepts of yourself. The big boot camp coming up, the boot camp is exclusively, more than any other one in the past, about your concepts about money. Right now you have what you think is a lot. Okay? And that what you think is a lot and what seems like, whatever those things are in your head, that has to be shattered. It has to be smashed and be made bigger. And it's in there, and you have to know that it's in there, and it's programmed in there, and all of that, and it's got to be shattered. It has to be shattered to big new levels. Like, I'm a $200,000 a month solo chiropractor. Okay, shattered. Okay? Okay, I can have a net worth of 10 to 100 million when I'm 65. Okay, shattered. There's people in the group that are going to have 50 million. Some might hit 100 because they'll hit 50 and they live to be 93. Okay, the 50 turns into 100. Remember now, Warren Buffett has say 100 billion, but like 50 billion of it came after he was 82 years old. Between like 80 and 93, it's like 50 billion because it goes from that to that. All right, but he doesn't get any of that if he didn't start way back here, like right now. That's why our habits right now are so important. Anybody want to add anything? Share anything? We're talking about you adding control into your life. And as a result, that brings confidence and assertiveness and power so that you can do what? You can be more productive, you can generate more, and with your smart disciplines, create a bigger life for you and everybody and everything that matters. That's the name of the game. Truly winning now and all the way down the road. Anybody want to add anything? Go over anything? Talk about anything?
You touch on having the confidence to see patients, like that infinity plan concept, to be able to future pace and say, we're going to be together until one of us dies, like that level of confidence.
That is so good. Now, by the way, are you saying you struggle with that?
Yes, sir.
You struggle with saying that line to people?
Yeah.
I'm going to take care of you until either you're gone or I'm gone? Oh, for crying out loud. It's hard to imagine someone of his caliber and growth that he's doing great things, right? Okay? Especially with his physical ability. Come on up here, Junior. Cliff, go ahead and do some coaching. Yeah, but no, just whatever you're going to say. Just go ahead.
So, especially with
They see 500 a week.
in your office, right? They're going to talk to you. They're going to complain to you every time they come in because they hurt, and they're always going to hurt, right? You're just making it less. That's a perfect time to step in there. Well, I'm here to take care of you until either you die or I die. Okay. I say it every day, ask Christy. Probably every single day. And you say it because you really mean it.
Do you see how you can tell he means it?
So,
you see that? And he does mean it. And they both mean it. And their families mean it. And Mark and Randy mean it. They all mean it, right? Because it really is the truth. Just tell him that. I'm going to take care of you. Just go ahead and say it.
I'm going to take care of you until you die or I die.
Do you see what he did? See how he put his hand on his heart on a subconscious level with his body language? You see how heartfelt? That's what he said in body language right there. That's very powerful.
That's like going, you say the word die, just say either you're
yes.
gone or I'm gone.
Yeah, go ahead and say it that way now.
She says go,
Till either you go or I go? Where are we going? But that's okay. All right, go ahead and say that one. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm going to take care of you until you go or I go.
Okay, good. Now I want you to say another, and I'll use the gone. I'm going to take care of you until either you're gone or I'm gone. Go ahead.
I'm going to take care of you until either you're gone or I'm gone.
So say that to 10 people on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's, see, now by the way, when he says it, does anybody doubt that, Christine, it sounds good to you, doesn't it? Sounds perfect, right? Yeah, just start saying it, okay? In other words, wield your power. See, he has the power and he doesn't realize it's there, right? Wield the power. Just say it. By the way, that's not like saying, you need to get your wife in here and get her under care. I just won't be able to see you anymore as a patient. See that? See how that's different? You get the idea? You know, it's not like it's an ultimatum. You're just making a, say this comment. Say, remember we're here to help your family and friends.
Remember we're here to help your family and friends.
Okay? Here's a couple of my cards.
Here's a couple of my cards.
Okay. Other people's lives are better because of the great things you say about us.
Other people's lives are better because of the great things you say about us.
Not bad. That's the longer one to remember there, Dan. That was good. Dan was trying to, he was testing you a little bit, okay? All right. All right, so then let's go back to this. I'm going to take care of you until either you're gone or I'm gone.
I'm going to take care of you until either you're gone or I'm gone.
What you have to realize, you see how he's hung up on himself? You're doing it for them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how powerful it is for them to go, wow, someone actually cares about me long term versus just doing whatever they're doing in the short term. Okay? Okay. Yeah, you got to use it. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, very, very good. What's your best collections in a month now?
We're at 62.
62 after how long open?
7 months.
7 months. Right on track. Right on track. Did Haley help you? Yeah. As the new website matures, we're going to be adding lots of cool ways to have trainings with people in the group. See, there's so much information in the group, and we need to make that available to other people in the group versus we don't want anybody to ever have to wait for anything information-wise that can be valuable, because now the technology exists that we can have it immediately available for people. Okay, now go ahead and say it to me. I'm going to take care of you.
I'm going to take care of you until either you're gone or I'm gone.
I really appreciate that, Junior. Okay, no one's ever said something like that nice to me before. Okay? All right, very good. All right, anybody have anything else?